What's going on, everybody? Tom Olson here, and we are back. We have been working hard for the last 27 days. We are on, finally, question 28 of the 30 days to good success. I hope you guys are excited to get this done, to get it wrapped up, to say, hey, I completed this workbook. I've done it. I have conquered this workbook, and I do want to give you guys a little bit of something. If you guys have gone this far through the book and you guys have actually completed it yourself, if you're willing to give me those answers, and if you're willing to share those answers with me, and if you would like a free consultation with me, I would be willing to do that personally with you. And I can't promise I'm going to go anywhere with it. I'm not going to do anything else after that for free, but I would at least be willing to go over these answers with you and schedule a time, and probably going to take a little bit of time for you to maybe share those answers with me in some kind of a format with maybe a Google Doc or something, and maybe we could go over those. And if there's something that I could do to help you with that, maybe recommend different books, especially the books. I definitely think I can recommend books to people, or different groups, or maybe you are a fit for our mastermind or for one of our local community Go-Giver clubs around the country. Maybe you'd be a great fit to come to the community Go-Giver event, which is kind of a charity event we do every year, and try to help other community Go-Givers in the neighborhoods and in the country, just trying to help promote good works and trying to help promote other people trying to help other people. So if you're interested in that, please get back to me. But and like I said, share us on social media. Let other people know about us, because we are really just getting started and trying to figure out, trying to crack the code on getting people to help us in that manner. So we are going to go to question number 28 in your book. So pull out your books to page number 141. We're getting close now. So question number 28 is, what is going really well for you in your business? So maybe that's maybe it's a side business right now. Maybe it is a full-fledged, business. Maybe you run a Fortune 500 business. Maybe you're the president of the United States. I got to think big. Maybe you're a pastor. Maybe you're a layman, and you own. Maybe you're an accountant. It doesn't matter what it is. But do you know is going really good? This is something we do every quarter with every one of our companies. So every one of our companies, we kind of just celebrate all the things that are going good. Maybe on this, you could even put things that are going really good in your family as well. So like for me, for instance, our health is really good in our families right now. We don't have any sicknesses or any diseases, and I know so many families that have a lot of issues with that right now. But in our businesses, there's certain things that are always going well, and other things that are not always going well, right? But I think it's important at the very beginning of our pre-quarterly meetings for every company, we sit down as a company and we will write down, 20, 30, sometimes 50 items that quarter we just thought went really well. And we're giving each other high fives and saying, hey, this is the stuff that's going really good. We probably should do more of it. And then we start thinking to ourselves, out of all the things that we say are going well, what are we really doing the best at? So these are the things that are good. If you learn in the book 80/20 Marketing, which is a book I'm going to recommend here, that in any aspect of life, there is this 80/20 rule. And the 80/20 rule is really important in your business. 20% of all the activity and 20% of all the things that are probably going really good for you is actually probably producing about 50% of all of your total profit, maybe even 80% of your total profit. It's amazing how much that top 20% can really produce all the profit. And then on the flip side, and we'll get to this in the next question, question number 29. What's not going good is that bottom 20%. So you have the top 20% and the bottom 20%. And as much as possible, I want to replace my time and my team's time with taking away time from those bottom 20% activities and adding that time to the top 20% of activities. The more we can do that with every aspect of our life, you'll find out that when you focus on that top 20%, things just really start to go fast and to scale fast and to be, and not just scale, but actually be more profitable. So if you think about the roads in your, and this is true for anything, it's true for business, it's true for your health, it's true for your life. You're going to get probably 80% of your enjoyment from 20% of your tasks. So, I think in the book 80/20 Marketing, it even talks about the cars. So if you look at all the cars in your city, you probably could say, hey, if I pick the top 20% of roads that carry cars, they're probably carrying 80% of all the cars. It's amazing. It's an amazing statistic. But then inside that top 20%, there's also another 80/20 rule happening inside that 80/20 rule. So you take the top 20% of the top 20%, so it's only 5% of your entire business. It's probably producing 50% of the total income. Think about that. So not only focusing on just the top 20%, but then narrowing that down even farther and saying, hey, this is the top 20% of the top 20%. And these are the things that if we did more of this activity and more of this thing in our business, this would produce a much greater result than if we just took the bottom 5%, which you're probably losing money on, by the way. You probably don't realize it, but you're probably losing money on those smaller, not smaller dollar per item necessarily, because that could be the highest leverage you have. You never know, but those bottom 5% of return on your time, return on your investment type of activity. So it doesn't matter. Maybe it's your rental portfolio. Maybe it's whatever it is. Maybe it's the loans that you're doing with people. Maybe it's your funds that you're invested in. Maybe it's your workplace and you do own a business and you want to do this in your business. But every quarter we sit down and we say, hey, these are top 20%. And then, hey, what are the things that we got to do more of because this is going to bring us a lot greater return on our business. If you have to put and then this has to be something that you have to put the discipline in every day, that daily practice of your life of recognizing this kind of stuff. It's really awesome. But once you figured out what those top 20% of things is, be thankful. Be grateful that those people are in your life that help you do those, that God's giving you those opportunities. And I think gratitude in our top 20% of our life is a very important part. So focus more on those top 20% instead of focusing on the bottom 20%. Where we spend most of our time, you're going to find now in your business, you probably spend way more time in those activities that are producing the bottom 20% of your profit. I think flipping that upside down and saying, hey, this is what I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on the things that are going really, really good. I'm going to focus on the things that I know if I did more of this, I'd make way more money. And I'm going to stop focusing all my negative energy on complaining, on busy work, on stuff that doesn't really matter. I want to be focused. I want to live life on purpose, and I want to focus on this top 20%. So I am doing blank really well on page 143. Recently, we hit milestones and achieved this goal. So when you hit your goals, when you hit milestones, sometimes for us, it might be the very first podcast that you did, or maybe it's the very first book that you wrote. This is my third book I've written, but this is my first full 160-page book. So this was an accomplishment for me. But it was also my first workbook to be able to complete. For us, we started a Community Go-Giver Club not too long ago. That was an accomplishment for us a couple quarters ago. And then maybe how you handled situations. You could put here, I'm proud of how I handled blank. It was hard, and maybe it had a good result, maybe it didn't, but at least you knew you did the right thing. And then my business, overcame this challenge. And that can be something that you said, hey, it was really good. Or you could fill in your own about whatever you want whenever it comes to your 80/20. So focus on 80/20. I think is very important. It's something, like I said, we do in our business every quarter. Celebrate those wins. You can also do a SWOT analysis, SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And then this would kind of be your strengths. What are the things that your company does really, really well? You should know those. You should know those uniques that you have and the things that you know you have a strength in. It's just important to know. So I hope this helps you today. And we're going to get on it. So tomorrow we'll see back here for question number 29 of the 30-day journey to good success. I hope you are still enjoying all this, and I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow. I hope you have a good success day.